So the first card you have for your past is the Page of Wands. Okay, so a few different things I'm seeing here. This feels a little bit heavy. I can see I've got the devil there, so okay, a few different things. Firstly, there's a lot of growth here. I think you're growing. I think you're growing internally. And I think you're looking back over a situation and I think you're realizing, wow, I've really grown. I've grown so much since I was in this old situation. I really, really have. And you absolutely have. And I think you're looking back over a relationship, I think. You'd gotten out of a relationship. And I think, you're realizing, wow, look how different I am. Look at how different my life is. I thought that I could never do anything without this person. I thought I'd die without this person. But now look at me. I'm so much better off. That's what I'm getting. I'm seeing children here as well. So I don't know if you have children with this person. It just feels like you had someone relying on you and they needed protecting. And obviously if they're a child, they still do. So, and the pages can be students or children, teenagers sometimes. But yeah, you're absolutely growing and you're growing inside yourself, getting stronger, getting more confident. I think you're branching out into new things that you never ever would have done when you're around this person. It feels like you're prevented from growing when you're with them. Now, I don't think they were overly controlling, but there was definitely some control around this. It feels like a competition to me. It's very strange. Competition. Am I good enough? Do I measure up? Competition. I have to be better than them. They're better than me. All that kind of stuff. This is what it feels like. There was always someone else. There was someone else waiting around in the background. So I think when you're with them, I think there might have actually been an ex around them. Now, it's not like there was someone physically around them, because I'm not actually seeing cheating here. Might have been, but that's not what I'm seeing. I think mostly it was like this energy of this person. It was like a presence. I don't know if this is making any sense, but if this is making sense to you, I think to you, it just felt like your feelings and your thoughts and your actions were sort of being controlled by this presence, this kind of ex that's not there. It's almost like a ghost ex was hanging around, and your thoughts were being controlled because you're worrying about them. Do I measure up to them? Are they around? Is this person seeing them? It just felt like their presence was around. It's very, very strange. If you look at this page, he's looking up to the top of this wand, and it's like he's thinking, am I good enough? Do I measure up? So I think in your mind, there was this kind of comparison going on between you and this ex, or the ex of the person you were with at the time, if that makes sense. So you were with someone and they had an ex kind of around as a presence. I'm trying to make that clear. I hope I'm making sense. And so, if this is about you and you recognize this whole situation, I know it's a little bit complicated, but you're definitely out of this now. And I think you're just looking back, analysing things. I don't think you're looking back and you're really upset or heartbroken. I think you were at one time, but this feels very objective, kind of analytical. So you're looking back and going, well, I was feeling that and now I can see why. Now I can see why this happened, why I thought this and why they said that, and that makes sense. And what can I learn from this? So you're doing very well. And I think that's why you're growing, because you're looking at this situation in this very kind of objective way. You're learning from that. Okay, so the next card you have, you pass the Three of Wands. Okay, look at this. See, this is the card of waiting. And I think no matter what this ex said to you, this other person's presence, their ex that was hanging around, it just feels like they were always around. Because, if you look at this man on this card, he's standing in between these two wands and there's another one behind him. And it feels like a presence, like a ghost kind of hovering around behind them. I really hate this for you if this resonates, but I'm sure you already know this, but if your instincts are telling you something, they're probably right. So yeah, I think there probably was someone waiting around at the side, kind of waiting in the wings, hovering around. I don't know if they were saying anything. I don't think, because the feeling I'm getting is that they didn't say or do anything. They were just kind of there. Yeah, they were there. They were waiting, and they wanted to step in. That was what they wanted. It was like, oh, let's wait to see if there's a flaw in the relationship. If something goes wrong, I'm going to jump in. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. And yeah, again, you're way better off because it feels very suffocating. And that's why you can grow now, but you couldn't then because it was like you were suffocated by this kind of presence, if that makes sense. I don't know if this makes any sense, but I'm really feeling this presence. Okay, so the last card you have, your past, is the Page of Swords. I don't mean to go on about this, but obviously this is the card of watching, stalking, and this is what your instincts were telling you. This is what they're telling you. You are right. There was someone there. There was someone kind of breathing down your neck. That's what it felt like, I think. And that's why you're feeling so smothered and controlled. And that's what your instincts were telling you. So whoever this is, they were absolutely watching. They were watching your ex's social media. They're watching yours as well, I think. And it's like someone was looking for clues. It's like, okay, so they'd look at Instagram or Facebook or whatever it was, and they'd say, oh, have they broken up yet? Let's look at a sign. Are they in a relationship? Has the little heart gone away? Let's see. Are they having problems? You know, it's like that. And, you know, if you ever posted a comment or, you know, something about feeling a bit down or anything about love problems, I think they probably jumped on that as a clue. It's like, oh, here's a clue. They're having problems. Like, yay, I'm so happy. Really, really terrible. It's really heavy. It's this feeling of being watched. And you felt this. You felt this presence. Being watched. Can't breathe. I can't grow. That's how you're feeling. So again, you're just so much better off now if this is resonating with you. I know I've said that, but I'm just getting the sense of relief that you're free from this now. Really, really good. I'm so glad you are if this is you. So okay, so the first card you have, your presence, the Three of Pentacles. Oh, yeah, I feel really bad actually because this is another heavy reading for you because I think the last one was as well, just from memory, I think it was. And you know, we're in a retrograde, so I'm really feeling this retrograde. I really am. Lots of memories coming up from the past, and also a lot of people coming back from the past. And a lot of people that I'm talking to, everyone around me, people are coming back from the past, like it or not. So I think this ex might come back. I think they might try and talk to you. Now, I don't think they want to get back together. And I don't think that's something you want either. I'm glad to see that. So, but just be careful. Just be careful. This is like a warning. I think even little texts, even innocent sounding messages might be a bit problematic. I don't want to tell you what to do, but I'd be really, really wary of even saying hello to this person. I know that sounds really hard line. Okay, I'll just show you what I'm seeing here. This might give you an idea of what I'm seeing. So these three pentacles at the top of this card here, they look a bit like cogs in a machine to me, all fitting in. There's no space to breathe. They're all squashed in together and they're kind of turning around and around. So, you know, when I look at them, I can really see them kind of turning around and around. So what's happening here is it's like someone leaves you, they go back to their ex, they go back to someone else, and then they're not happy there. And so they turn all the way back around again and they come back to you and they try you again. It's like a revolving door kind of turning around and around. Now, I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen, but it's a probability. It's highly probable, I should say. Possible, highly probable. So if they do start messaging you, they still have this other person around them, I think. I think it's the same person. And If it is this person, they're probably watching very, very closely. If they see your name come up on anything at all, it's drama. It's all going to start. They'll probably contact you as well. They'll start being dramatic. There'll be problems. All sorts of mess is going to happen. So I'd stay right away from that. Even if you're not doing anything, even if you're just saying hello. There's nothing wrong with saying hello, but I think to this crazy person who watches and they're watching out for things, they're not going to like that. So I'm not saying you have to appease them, but you just don't want to be in this drama. You do not want this. You don't want to go back to being one of these cogs in this wheel. You want to be independent. You've got that now. You don't want to go back to that. So yeah, I know this is specific. I know it's quite dramatic as well. But I really, really hope someone gets to hear this, and I really hope they can stay away from this big, big, big mess, because it really is a mess. It really is. Okay, so the next card you have, your presence, the Page of Pentacles. I feel a lot lighter when I see this. Look at the colour. It's kind of beautiful yellow golden colour, very bright, very sunny, really nice. So, so happy to see this here because it's so heavy. Okay, so yeah, so the pages are about messages, and I am actually seeing something handwritten. It looks like a card. It looks like a card, like a greeting card, but there's kind of handwriting and a signature on it. So, and it's attached to something as well. There's a wrapped up gift here, or it might be one of those gift bags, but it's something you have to open. So whatever's inside this, it's definitely some kind of an object, and it's small enough to put in your hand. I'm seeing quite a small object, kind of fits in the palm of your hand. Now, whatever this is, it has a lot of sentimental value to you. It feels like something that's being passed down. It belonged to someone else that you're really close to, and it reminds you of this person. You really miss this person. It reminds you of them. It might be something they had around them all the time. It might be something that was in their house, might be something they wore. I don't know. It's something that they had around their presence all the time. So if this is making any sense to you, if you know anything about this person, if you understand this, you're really going to treasure this thing. It means way more to you than money, something that's expensive. And yeah, I'm seeing you holding this object in your hands. It fits in your hand. And I know this sounds a little bit strange, but I think, it won't be strange to you if this resonates with you. You'll understand this totally. If you ever feel anxious or upset about something, I think you'll probably hold this object and it'll calm you. You'll feel a lot better when you're holding this. It'll make you think of them. It'll remind you of them, and you'll feel very, very, very calm. So this gift might be something, because we're coming up to Christmas, so it might be a Christmas gift, or it might be your birthday as well. So it's something that comes up, or it might just be a gift randomly. It's a thing that came from someone that you miss. A very unique thing, very special thing, and it has a lot of calming qualities for you. So I really hope that makes sense to you, because it's something very, very special to you, if that's for you. All right, so the last card you have your present is the Devil. Yes, the horrible, ugly old devil. He doesn't come up very often, actually. He really doesn't, but yeah, here he is. So yeah, I know this is horrible, but I think what this is doing is this is showing you, it's like, don't go near this, don't go near this. So it's like a bit of a warning. And yeah, it's showing me this pattern that you're in with this axe. And yeah, this is why you don't want to answer any messages from them or anything at all. You don't want to be caught up in any of this ever again. Now, I'm not saying they're the devil. They're not the devil, but the situation was a little bit like this. It's like you were chained to the situation. You didn't want to be, you didn't mean to be, but you just happened to be. And so was this ex of theirs. They were chained to this as well. And that's why it felt really claustrophobic. You always felt as if you were around someone else, or you were in the shadow of someone else. Now, I think they might still be chained together in some way. I don't know if they're in a relationship. They might be, because I was seeing something like that kind of popping up in the Three of Pentacles. But yeah, there's this feeling of obsession, which is what the devil can be about as well. They still have this other person around them in some way, kind of obsessing about them, watching them, thinking about them. So, this card is the absolute biggest message that you could possibly get, warning you to stay away from this. You do not want to be drawn into this ever again. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to say any more because it's a really heavy situation. I hate thinking about this. I hate looking at this devil. You don't want to think about this either. So I'm just going to move on because, it feels really draining. And you don't want to go back to that. If it's like this for me, I can only imagine if you've been in this situation and what it was like for you. It must have been horrible. So that's to remind you, not to remind you and make you feel horrible, but it's there to kind of say, warning, stay away. Okay, so the first card you have your future is the Nine of Wands. Okay, so there's a bit of, it's like you're moving forward. It's like you're moving into new territory. It feels like uncharted territory. A little bit of fear here, a little bit of scared, a scared look on this man's face I'm seeing. So yeah, I think you're going to be moving into a totally new area. It feels like work. It feels like a job. Might be a business, might be something that you're studying. It's very, very new. And it feels like a big learning curve. It feels a little bit scary. It's a good kind of scary though, because this is about challenging yourself. So it feels a little bit above where you feel comfortable. So you've got to kind of feel a little bit uncomfortable while you're learning. It's definitely a step up for you. Now, I think you might have already started this. I don't know. I think it feels as if you're going backwards actually while you're in this. There's a lot of stress around this. There's a lot of, if a problem happens, I'm new to all this, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel as if I'm being watched. I think you feel as if you're being judged, if this is resonating, a lot more than you actually are. Because it feels like you've gotten up to a certain point, or you're getting up to a certain point, I should say, and then you're coming across a problem and then you're kind of freezing and you're thinking, people are going to watch me. What are they going to think of me? Now, I don't think anyone's watching you. I don't think they are at all. So if you're having this kind of crisis in this new thing, just think to yourself, no one's watching me. I'm absolutely fine. I can ask other people for help, because I think that might be one of the problems. It's like, okay, I'm on display, I'm on show, I'm new here, people are watching me, I have to do really, really well, I have to prove myself, and a little bit of imposter syndrome as well. I'm not really good enough. So you are good enough, you absolutely are. If you need to ask people to help you, do that. I think that might be where your problem is, that you feel as if you have to do everything yourself and be everything to all people. You don't have to do that. You're better off having people help you, ask for help, all of that kind of thing, and have the problem solved, than sit around trying to do it yourself and struggling with that. You're just going to be more frustrated and it's going to be worse in the end. So if this is resonating with you, get people to help you, do whatever you can, and also don't feel that try not to feel that kind of imposter syndrome that I'm getting, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You're perfectly capable of doing this. If you weren't capable, they wouldn't have asked you to do this. You know what you're doing. It's just a matter of not looking inside of you and worrying about how people think of you, what they say and what they're doing. Look outside of yourself. Look at the problem. Don't look at you. Look at the problem. Look at how to solve this. Anything you can do to solve this, people, whatever you can do. I think that's going to help you to get through this learning curve and up to this next level. Please try not to stress about this, because I'm really feeling this and I need to tell you this. No one's watching you. No one's judging you. Everyone just wants to do the job. That's all there is. Okay, so the next card you have, your future, is the Chariot. I love this because, you have this and you have the Nine of Wands. They're both about determination. They're both about moving forward. So that suggests to me that you're probably not going to have anything to do with this really old, horrible, messy devil situation, which is really fantastic. There's this strong sense of protectiveness here as well. And so you're really going to start to protect yourself. You're going to have your walls up, not forever, but just at this time, and I think it's the right thing for you to do, because you do have this other situation with this person trying to come back, this other kind of obsessive person stressing you. So you're going to have to put your walls up against all of that, and that's what you're going to do. It looks really career focused. You've got your focus on your career in the Nine of Wands, and you've got this here. So again, that's showing me that you are going to get over this career block. You're going to get your confidence back. And once you've got that back, once you've solved this little problem that I'm seeing, you get your confidence back and you start to push forward. You're going to do really, really, really well. Your confidence is going to grow. Your strength is getting bigger. You've got the strength card here, so I'll just talk about this here as well. And yeah, your strength, your confidence, all of that's going to really, really, really grow, really improve. And you never, ever, ever would have grown as much or become this strong if you'd stayed around this axe. And so you haven't done that. And you're really, really growing even more. So, this is what it feels like. The further you get away from the axe, the more you're on your own, the stronger and the bigger you become. And the more you're around them, the weaker you become. Because I'm looking back on this Page of Wands and the Devil and all of that, and you felt so weak, so helpless around this person. You couldn't grow. You had this other person around you all the time. You're in a shadow. And now it's so, so much better. So all that showing me that.